So what are some of the hallmarks of an entrepreneur that I learned here, right? He's creative. He's more than inventive. It's beyond invention. Intelligent. It certainly helps to be smart. Now, he graduated next to the bottom of his high school class, but he has an IQ of about 160. At least that's what he told me, all right? I believe him, too. And someone at El Camino College recognized his capability, and off he went to medical school at University of Colorado and did real well as an internist. But probably, maybe the most important thing is persuasive. Entrepreneurs use other people's money. When I saw him give that talk to those other doctors, people believed him, that they had confidence in him. Because first of all, he exuded that confidence. Remember I told you that was what really struck me so much about him. If you don't project that confidence, people are not going to invest. They're investing in you. They believe that you're going to somehow increase that money that they're giving you. And not only that, that they'll return it all, they'll get it all back. Visionary. He sees open markets. Henry Ford said it. Find a need and fill it. It isn't that easy, though. It isn't that easy. But here now with our oncology products, which they've gone up from, I think, like 100,000 annual sales to over $1 million now in a year. Credible. Proven track record helps. He did start up a company renting oxygen concentrator equipment. You can get it. They have it, and instead of lugging those big tubes of pressurized hydrogen around, he rented out these things to patients, and he got doctors to prescribe them. He got them to write the prescription, and I think I forget what he called them, but he got a bunch of good-looking young guys and gals as the sales force and sent them out. So paying customers is number one. A risk taker. Yeah, but he definitely is a risk taker, but he wasn't foolhardy. He did use his own money, at least $50K, to build that mold. Ability to adapt. Change is the only reality. From click-lock to clave. I forgot to tell you about custom products. So we started out as a manufacturer of the components. Well, a lot of doctors, maybe you're an anesthesiologist, and so you want maybe a tube that's this long, you want 3 different types of connectors on it, you want a valve, and you want only 2 dozen of them. Well, the big companies, they can order it for you, they can build it, it'll cost you a lot of money, it'll take you months maybe to get it, and you can't buy, a couple dozen of them, you got to buy 50 or 100 maybe. ICU makes custom products, we build them we deliver them within less than a week. Box, 2 box, what you want, we can make for you. And now the oncology products is its newest product. Inspirational. He's fun to be with. But more than that, during the startup, when things were really glum, he went into the fancy headquarters in his work clothes, picked up the tools and started to disassemble the equipment, the furniture, and pack it up. He worked with the workers. He leads by example. You're inventing the company. It's your company. Impress it with your spirit and your character. It really will. It's like Fred Smith, like the fellow who Enterprise Car Rentals. He was a fighter pilot on the Enterprise during the Second World War. Now, I'm not saying y'all have to be fighters like Dr. Lopez. That's not. But I just think it's in the DNA. Some people got it, and they want to do it, and they're just driven to do it. And there's other people, they're not wrong, I mean, because those people are far and few between. There are not many entrepreneurs. I hope there's one out there, maybe 2 or 3, and I can help them out as they move, because this is not the only entrepreneur I work with. I have one who's a very successful client now, and he started out with a pickup truck picking up garbage in Gardena. I wrote a patent on a garbage truck for him. Okay. I hate to end on kind of a gloomy note, but there's things happening in Washington, D.C. that I don't think is good news for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. There's the patent reform legislation, all right? And what they want to do, they are global corporations. Now, the United States patent system is different from the entire world. Everyone else got a first to file, okay? And once you get your patent, if some big company thinks that you shouldn't have gotten that patent, they want to be able to challenge the patent's validity in a post-grant opposition before a tribunal of patent bureaucrats instead of a jury. Now just imagine if Dr. Lopez got his patent, forget about the problems with the bankruptcy and all that, but the company started to take off, doing pretty good, and Baxter says, we're going to challenge the validity of that patent, bring him back into the patent office, and he could be tied up 10 years. Believe me, it would be real easy. They might get a stay, and we couldn't sue them for patent infringement. What that is, and the other systems, are patterned after the 19th century Prussian patent law, and which was designed by the German cartels. Now that's what Senator Leahy and some of our other leading politicians want us to do, so it'll be consistent with the rest of the world. And Microsoft's, one of their top attorneys says he wants a world patent system where all we have to do is go to one patent office and we'll get a patent that'll cover the world, or if you pay enough money, all right? I have a lot of my clients, they don't care about patents outside the United States. They want to get a patent in the good old USA, and they don't want to worry about China, where you have to maybe sue in 15 or 20 different provinces, or Europe, where you may have to sue in every country that's part of the European Union, because there's no one lawsuit. In the United States, one lawsuit, you can stop the IBMs, the Microsofts, and you can get a lot of money too. But they don't like that system. The judgments are kind of big. And so see, here's what they're saying. In general, they believe the United States Patent Office is too prone to grant overly broad patents. Now, they've been pitching that to the bureaucrats that have been running the Patent Office for the last decade. Okay, at least. Well, they've now tightened up the grant of patents. It used to be that over about 70% of the applications filed were granted. Now it's less than 50, and it's approaching 40%. I had one client where they even granted it, and we paid the issue fee, and it was called back. They are withdrawing it, and they think the examiner issued it when he shouldn't have, because of this pressure now within the Patent Office to resist granting overly broad patents. Okay. Yeah, and the damages are too high too. They don't like paying all that money. All right. Well, here we are. Business Software Alliance. That's the guys that chase you down if you're making copies. Google, Intel, Microsoft. Just a few of your average monopolists, are proposing these changes in our law, just like the German cartels. All right. Patents. Our system comes from the British anti-monopoly laws that were established in Queen Elizabeth's time, which prohibited monopolies. What the Queen was doing was passing out special deals for Lord Darcy, who got a monopoly on playing cards. So they said, no monopolies like that. The king can't do that. But they made an exception for inventions. because inventions, true inventions, stimulate our economy. Our history of the country is, if you really look at it, is a history of technological innovation and success and invention. So I wrote an article in the Lawyer's Magazine here about the patent reform humbug, and you all got a copy of my book now, The Inventor's Bible, and tells you some of the ins and outs, and hopefully I can be of help to all of you. Thank you very much for your attention.